Hello and welcome back to a world of ice and fire, and because we had such a... yes, such a grinding my gears kind of moment back in the north, I decided, you know what? The best course of action for us right now is to come down here to Essos. Now, this is obviously extremely far away from where we were beforehand. As you can see, we were all the way up here, of course. Now, we are all the way down here. And this is going to be a bit more difficult. This is going to be very, very difficult to deal with because while I do have a pretty decent army, my army is okay. I wouldn't say it is the best, but I would definitely say that it's looking pretty strong, right? It's looking okay, right? Yeah. However, we are going to have difficulties basically doing anything here in regards to recruiting. Because none of these areas in Essos actually worship the same gods as us, and so it's going to be extremely difficult for us to get reinforcements unless we can figure out a way to do that. Now, I'm obviously going to be attempting to take this particular keep, because this technically was ours to begin with anyway, and they kind of usurped it very, very fast, you know, when we initially besieged it. So we're going to see what we could do here. I'm going to call for a meeting straight away, and I'm going to say surrender. Okay, apparently surrendering did not make any difference. And yeah, I still can't build any checkpoints, unfortunately, because I don't have 250 people, which is sad, but you know, that's how it goes. And we are going to have some issues here potentially doing this, but yeah, we'll try it. You know, we'll try it. I mean, what else can we do, right? What else can we do? So let's see here. Siege camp. We can fortify the camp, I suppose, to a certain degree, and then we can go back to the siege, and we can just wait here for a little bit of time. So we are gonna. Oh, nice, nice. Oh, look at that. Yes. There we go. Yes, let's reward our people with some morale. Obviously, this is the funny thing. I actually thought that we'd be able to take this relatively easily. I thought we'd be able to pretty much just go in here and persuade them to join us. Well, not persuade them to join us, but persuade them to give up pretty much instantaneously, because we do have 6 in persuasion now. I kind of thought that would be really, really good. Oh yeah, Daisy is with us, by the way, as well as Bronson, because obviously, as you know, if you've seen the series up until now, you'll know that we made Bronson our minister because we didn't really have anyone else that could potentially do it, and we also sent off Daisy as our emissary to the Vale in hopes that they would make peace with us, but they didn't, because of course they attacked us before we even had an opportunity to do that. So yes, there's that. Anyway, we're gonna continue building here. I'm actually gonna see if we can attack us if you have the courage. All right, his message has changed. His message has changed. So basically, he is. I think we have the opportunity. I think we have the opportunity here. Anyway, as you can see, we're still gaining 8,000. Which is really, really nice. I'm actually surprised I'm still getting money from the place in Goldtown, because technically I am at war against the Vale, which is kind of weird, but yeah, I'm actually happy about that, to be honest, because that does make things a little easier, even though it's not really that easy anyway. So yeah, order the Vanguard to place the mantlets. There we go. We did take 17 casualties, actually. Really? 17? That's pretty insane, actually. Okay, well, I'm gonna wait here for a little bit of extra time, because I don't really, if I can help it, I don't really want to go in there. If I can, oh, what, why? How did they get down there so fast? Okay, well, this is... Huh. Well, that's interesting. I actually don't know what to say. I'm actually extremely surprised. I would not have anticipated the opponent doing this at all. I would have thought to myself, they're going to just leave me alone here, because who in their right mind is actually going to travel all the way down. Because from my perspective, that is ludicrous. I think that that is absolutely ridiculous for anyone to think to themselves, oh yes, I'm going to travel all the way from my home territory all the way down here to this random castle, which no one cares about. I mean, let's face it, they probably don't care about this castle. And they're just wanting us to suffer. That is what they want to do. They literally are wanting to do that. But you know the funny thing, I was actually going to think about joining Volantis just as a way to sort of pseudo make peace, as it were, with the Veil, so that we wouldn't have to deal with them any further. And then after that, then we could kind of try and figure out a couple of extra other things that we could do. Like, for example, we could potentially, take a couple of extra thieves in the area. Because, I mean, let's face it, Essos is relatively large. And there are quite a few enemies that are possibly capable for us to capture. You know, we might be able to capture some things in and around this area. And I was thinking, well, if we're a part of Volantis, you know, that means that the Veil is not going to be bothering us anymore, and indeed we have the opportunity to become a vassal of theirs. Because if I bring a castle, and I'm talking about Qarthigar here, of course, if I bring a castle, it is much, much more likely that they will accept us as a vassal, and then it's going to be a lot easier for us in general. Now, I'm not entirely sure what this guy's doing. Apparently, he's taking a headshot and literally just eating it and being absolutely fine afterwards. That is great. I mean, that's what happens, I suppose, when they have really, really good armor, right? Anyway, so that was generally going to be my plan. But as you can clearly tell, that didn't really work out. No. Very strangely enough, because see, now that's the funny thing. I thought to myself, these guys, then they're just gonna leave us alone, you know. I thought they were done, you know. I thought they were all the way up in the north as well, but apparently they basically followed us almost instantaneously all the way down here. And I must admit, I think that that is absolutely ridiculous. I'm very surprised that they decided to do that. And well, I'm not entirely sure if I'm even going to be able to achieve victory in this situation. Because, I mean, look at what we've got going on here. I mean, we've got some pretty, yeah, I don't know. Is it going to be another, this is the thing, is it going to be another one of those times where we're fighting at high point and I'm eventually going to have to leave just purely because we are outnumbered so dramatically? And you know what? I wouldn't put it past them. I wouldn't put it past them for any reason whatsoever. And you know, this is the funny thing. Obviously, I have a bit of a plan about what I'd like to do. And I was kind of hoping that once I had made peace with the Veil, that I would then be able to participate in another quest, because there is actually a quest available in King's Landing, and I wouldn't have minded doing that one, because apparently you can get some nice armor from it or something like that. Someone actually told me about that, and I thought to myself, okay, yeah, that sounds pretty cool, you know, that sounds kind of fun. But unfortunately, we're probably not going to be able to now, you know, even though that was the plan initially. Well, I mean, who knows? Maybe we'll be able to. We just have to make sure that we don't actually lose this. Alright, so this is the last round. It took me a huge amount of time to go through these guys, and I actually ended up increasing the battle size. I don't usually do that because I am worried about performance problems. I don't know whether you noticed that, but there was actually some slowdown in the Battle of the Bastards that we had in the previous episode, and that's because I don't believe that the event respects the battle size rule. I don't think, at least, because there was clearly some slowdown on that, and that is just, you know, that's just the way that Warband is. But yeah, so I obviously decided to increase that because there aren't that many people on the field as it is, you know. Usually, I mean, there's only 3 people left, by the way, that the enemy has. But yeah, the fact is, when you have a higher battle size, there will be larger groups of enemies coming in to the little scene that we have here, and it's a lot easier to actually kill them. You know, it's a lot easier to actually eliminate larger forces, because otherwise I would have to wait even longer, and there is a huge amount of time investment for that kind of siege. Well, it's not, I mean, technically I'm not even doing a siege, right? I'm doing like a weird thing where the vassal is trying to attack me or something like that. But there, yes, there we go. Okay. Oh, whoa, there was actually 3 vassals? Really? Oh, wait, there were loads of vassals? There was only 400 of them. I thought that they would have loads more people, but apparently not. And after taking him prisoner, I actually did realize that they had some wonderful boots. Surprisingly enough, these boots are much better than what I had, but it is going to provide us with high penalties in certain skills, which is kind of annoying, but what can you do? Anyway, we are... Oh, look at that. We actually leveled up. I believe we leveled up multiple times in this. Did a pretty decent job, and there are going to be so many... Yeah, as you can see right here, loads of people leveling up all across the board here. Bronson leveled up as well, so let's get him another point in strength here. I'm basically just making them into just heavy infantry, basically. Just pretty much trying to get them as much power as I can, just so that they can continue to do damage, continue to get kills, because that's ideally what I want them to do, obviously with the exception of the other companions like Qyburn, for example, who I of course want to be a medic. And the same thing with Mr. Crab here. I want him to have some really good engineering and all that wonderful stuff. That's really going to make a big difference to us. I'm going to go for another point in tactics here. I actually have no idea if we're actually having anyone else do tactics. I actually can't see that. Is anyone else doing Yeah, no. We have got Sirio. Never mind. Sirio's doing tactics. He's doing them much better than anyone else can, ever. But it's nice just to have a backup, just in case. You never know. Ah, there we go. The enemy is trying to burn our assault equipment, and we ended up losing 9 people, which in general is kind of terrible. But yeah, anyway, let's have a look here. Send some men while I take others to force them to withdraw. Yeah, let's do that. There we go. Okay, we did a little bit of... Oh, another group of enemies is surrounded. Oh, okay. Ah, that's very funny. Okay, so, you're approached by a group of desperate-appearing peasants. A haggard but noble-appearing old man approaches you out of the group. What happens? We have heard of your glorious deeds far and wide, Elias. We are in dire need of a hero. I am the mayor of Lefferton, at least what is left of it. Our village was recently looted, and many of us were forced into joining the invading scum. The group is led by a large so-called knight clad in Targaryen armor who claims to be raising an army for the return of the one true ruler of the 7 kingdoms. He is rumored to be a ruthless and charismatic bladesman of noble birth who wields a Valyrian blade. The bastard's forces have been devastating our surrounding countryside. We are not the first village to fall to his sword, nor will we be the last if you do not help. We would forever be in your debt, noble sir, if you could destroy his ill-gotten camp and bring him to justice. Okay, well, I of course I will help. Bringing a warlord to justice. Okay, wait a minute. Be warned, I counted around 300 heavily armed men. Okay, well, that's gonna be, that's gonna be basically impossible, I think, for us at the moment. Okay, yeah, so apparently we still will not be able to persuade these guys. I'm actually wondering, wait a minute. I think I could probably level up now, can't I? Okay, let's have a look here. A merchant offers a group of dancers to entertain your men during the night. Oh, that's easy. Okay, hire dancers for your men, costing 500 stags. Yes, of course. There we go. I feel good for helping. Yes, I certainly feel good for helping them get some strippers. That sounds good. All right, so let's wait until tomorrow once again. And I cannot access my character's, my character's, I don't know, attributes or whatever right now. But hopefully I will be able to soon enough. Our scouts have found that the defenders have poisoned the water with dead animals. Do you want to buy water and ask the merchants to bring it via our supply route? Yes. Okay. I'm not entirely sure what the 600 stags is really going to do to our overall supplies, because I do have a lot of money at the moment. You know, we are doing pretty fine when it comes to cash, so I'm not sure why 600 stags would make any difference, considering we also didn't get any morale as a result of that, but there you go. Anyway, let's see if we can actually do something. Nope, we cannot. Okay. Alright, so they only have one more day worth of food, and they are still refusing to surrender. Very, very surprising, actually. I'm not entirely sure what possesses them to think that they will be able to sustain themselves for much longer. Very, very weird decision making on their part, but I guess, here we go. Yes, okay, yeah. Well, unfortunate for me that the skirmish kind of resulted in quite a few casualties for us as well as the opponent, but it doesn't really make much difference either way. There we go. Okay, so now he is deciding to give it up. So you will not come under attack if you leave the fort. There we go. All right, we have taken it. Okay, so we are going to have it. Yeah, we're going to have it for ourselves. We're going to have it for ourselves, of course. That is going to be the way we do it. And we now need to appoint someone. Well, the main problem here is that I don't have anyone that can actually do this. I guess we could make Daisy, but she's actually really good. She has loads of leadership as far as I'm aware, so Bronson is going to be our minister yet again, even though he's not very good at it, unfortunately. Hopefully I'll be able to find another companion that can take over for him in the future. So we're going to once again start building this wonderful armory that we had available beforehand at What was the other keep that we had? High Garden? High Point? High Peak? Now I've completely forgotten what it was. Oh well, never mind. It's alright. It's alright. As long as we manage... as long as we manage to live here, we should be absolutely fine, right? Yeah. Anyway, let's just put the Boltons in here. Put some of the Boltons in there at the very least. And, well... As I said, we're not doing very well. Let's just say that. We're not doing very well. We have 183, and what's going to happen now is we're going to have even more problems, because the thing is, if I go over here to Talon, the Faith of the Seven are worshipped by very few here. Yes, as you can see, I can literally recruit just that. We're going to build a small sceptry, which is going to take 14 days. Unfortunately, Mr. Crab is not that fast, so it is going to take 14 days for us to do that. However, because this is our own faction, I should be able to get a recruiter. Maybe the recruiter will be able to get some things going from Valantis? I highly doubt it. We could also technically make peace. The thing is, do we want to join Valantis, or do we just want to stay as our own faction? For me personally, I feel like staying as our own faction is probably the way to go. So I am actually thinking, okay, wait. She's indifferent to us now? Wait a minute. Are they... Huh. I'm gonna hire some people for a real quick second here. There we go. Just gonna hire those guys. And, okay, that's very strange. Yeah, that's very weird. Huh. Okay, let's actually just have a quick look, because I'm a bit worried about this now. Okay, so faction relations, here we go. Okay, so... Oh, no, look at this. Why are we not at war with them anymore? How did... Do we have them... No, we still have this guy prisoner. Let me just check. No. Technically, we are still at war with them. As you can see right here, we still have a little red background on their names right there. So that's very obvious that they want to murder us still, which is very surprising. So I'm now in two minds about what actually needs to be done here, because I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, if the Vale is not actually at war against us, I mean, officially, then how do I get them to stop? I don't know. Okay. Now we're not even having the opportunity to make peace. That's very strange. So maybe I don't even need to worry. Maybe I don't even need to worry. Huh. Okay, well, that's pretty cool then, isn't it? That's pretty cool. Okay, so I guess what we're going to do is we're going to send some people to recruit from, I guess, Valantis. This is... What? What do you mean none? Oh yeah, it's because I have I have nothing in the treasury right here. Okay, so we're just gonna pay a little bit of cash into the treasury. 20,000 should be enough. Change the tax rate of a fief. Gonna put it on what? Very high? No. We're gonna put it on very low for the moment. Until it stabilizes. I actually have no idea what the prosperity is at this place. So we're basically just gonna, you know, do the standard thing. And now we can get some recruits. So Valantis, that's where we'll go. We'll get 30 of them. Highly doubt that's going to make any difference. We can enlist a patrol as well. We can get a medium one. Let's go to Qarthigar with that. There we go. 12,000 in cash with this. And let's see the patrol. There it is. So a medium patrol is only 31, but a large patrol is 80? That's crazy. And they're running all the way over here trying to fight some thieves. Okay, I'm just going to let them go ahead and do that then. That is completely a huge waste of money. That is a huge waste of money that I just did right there because I couldn't catch up to them. There was nothing I could do about catching up to them there. I'm just too slow, unfortunately for me. Anyway. We have leveled up, as I said to you before, we have leveled up dramatically. So as you can see, we can now get some more charisma, so I can get some more persuasion, get some more leadership if I want to. We can get some entertainment as well if we want to. There's no real need for that, to be honest, but you know what? I am actually just... Should I just get more leadership? Let's just get more leadership because that's going to provide us with a little bit of extra space. I mean, I do have 335 already, but maybe it's going to be useful. Okay, so I decided that I'd join the tournament, and indeed we are going to be playing with expert difficulty on, just so that we can maximize our reward here. And hopefully, we'll be able to get some pretty decent cash from this. I don't really mind if I... don't really mind if I die as long as I actually go through to the next round, of course. Now, one thing that we do need to do... And there is a quest that we can participate in once we have spoken to Mr. Malakwo, because he actually provided us with a quest a while ago, and I have not seen fit to do it yet. I actually don't know anything about it, so it could very well be something that we might take the opportunity to do, considering we're down here, you know? We're already down here, might as well take advantage, right? Alright, another 500 bet, and we're gonna go for the slashy slash on Mr. Sirio there. Unfortunately, he is... Oh, no, never mind. Okay, wow, we absolutely destroyed him there. Yeah, he's not very pleased with us right now. I'm almost 100% certain of that. Okay, so let's try to do some damage. If we can. I think I do need to eliminate one more person. Yeah, there we go. I technically could probably tab here and probably go to the next round, but I don't think we... No, I don't think we need to do that. Okay, so 2 teams with 6 fighters each. I don't have a horse this time, but that's okay. I actually feel like we are seemingly pretty strong right now. I'm not sure whether that's just because we fought so many times in these weird small skirmish battles in these places where we are attempting to either besiege something or defend a siege in some cases. And yeah, I'm not sure whether that's because of that, you know, whether my training in those situations has now somehow paid off. in some way or another. And maybe that is indeed the case. And this sworn sword is on my side. Alright, let's see. Nice, there we go. That was a good hit. Can we get something? Yes, we can. There we go. That is wonderful. And this fellow is... Yep, nope, he's out of there. That is Barristan. Sorry about that, sir. Sorry about that. And, yeah, well, otherwise, there we go. This is the penultimate round. They've given me a horse. You know, it's always very nice of them when they give me a horse, especially when my opponent does not have one. Wow, yeah, that was surprisingly easy. I was kind of thinking that it would be much more difficult, but there you go. All right, and who do we have here? Just a sworn sword, I believe, or a hedge knight from the armor. Nice, nice. Basically just leveraging my speed at the moment. And there we have it. That is indeed a victory for us. Another 20,000 and indeed relation, renown, all that wonderful stuff. And yeah, I've already purchased food here. That's the one thing that we're going to have problems with as we go forward. Basically, just being able to resupply our food. And I'm not sure if... Yeah, as you can see, I'm not entirely sure. Why does it say that I need to go back in here? I want to go over there. Why does it... Okay, that's a bit strange. We've got some slavers over there if we wanted to attack them, but they don't have anything particularly amazing. Okay, so wait a minute. Is there no way for me to get over here unless I just... Okay, so I have to go all the way around. Alright. Yeah, well, I guess that's fine. It doesn't really matter too much. I do need to stop by all of these places anyway, but yeah. Anyway, I'm going to see if I can maybe find Mr. Malakwo, and maybe we'll do his quest. His quest is the Ballad, or should we say a Ballad, of Sea and Serpents. Bringing a warlord to justice is absolutely impossible for me at the moment, in my opinion at least. You've been tasked with destroying a large war camp located near Tumblestone in the Westerlands. Yeah, we're going to need an extremely powerful army to do that, I have a feeling, but who knows? Maybe it's easier than we think. Alright, so this is actually really, really useful. I have stumbled across a Temple of R'hllor. Now, this is obviously something that I think it could. This is not something that I'm actually going to do, but this could come in mighty handy a little bit later on, because the ability to convert our religion over to R'hllor, considering we are now in Essos and we could potentially be here for quite some time, might be extremely useful. I'm going to ask if anyone here will join us. Ah, never mind. You can only attempt to recruit here as a member of R'hllor. Alright, well, there you go. That puts pay to that then, doesn't it? Yes, that puts pay to that. So, there is Malakwo, by the way. I just found him, and hopefully we'll be able to... okay. There's some weird zoning issue right here, because Malakwo can pass by there, but I can't. Okay, that's weird. Alright, so let's have a look-see here. Hello there, sir. Oh, should I... Should I say the thing that basically infers that I have a massive ego? I'm the great Elias Mormont, the bard, sings songs about my deeds all over the known world, and in your wife's bedchamber. I'm obviously joking about that last part. No, it's in her pants, actually, not in her bedchamber. I'm just kidding, okay. Okay, so we are going to say hello, and I'd like to help him with his errand, yes. I want a man dead, Orain Waters to be precise. They call him the Bastard of Driftmark. He is nothing more than a snake that has grown fat from the bounty of my merchant fleets and far too bold. I had appointed my brave and loyal nephew Jayra to bring Orain and his crew to justice. The forthcoming battle went against us, and my nephew was slain despite his bravery. I will rest to no ends and spare no expense to see that bastard dead and my nephew avenged. What say you? Will you bring me Orain Waters' head? I shall see it done. Good. Orain sealed his fate the moment he slew my blood. See him dead, and I will reward you well. He has a nice blade that he prizes above all else. You may keep it if you could pry it from his dead hands. He was last seen prying on, or shall we say praying, not prying, preying on my merchant fleets in the seas east of Atlantis. Alright, so, in the seas east of Valantis, so basically right next to where we are. Okay, that's quite funny. I hope... Wait a minute, this is a naval battle. Okay. See, this is the reason why I kind of think maybe converting to R'hllor would be the way to go, because there are so many villages in this area that I'd be able to go to each and every one of them and recruit from there. And you can see here, I only have, I have so much space, you know, I have so much space, and I'm just wasting it by not having additional troops. Okay, so I am actually looking right now at Aurane Waters and his party, and let me just tell you, I will not be able to do this. I cannot do this quest. This is impossible. 300 pirates. 300 how do I... Wait a minute. Where's the troop tree? There it is. Okay, so I actually have no idea where pirates are in this. I'm going to assume that I can't find them again, just like beforehand. But... cell sales? No. There's no way I'm going to find them. I'm sorry. Ironborn pirates, maybe? Nope. Nope. No. Unfortunate for me, but I will not be able to find the pirates themselves. But we have taken a look at the pirates earlier in the series, and as far as I'm aware, they are extremely powerful. Very, very powerful. They're not just some random band of opponents that will just fall before us extremely, extremely easily. Just like every other bandit in the mod, they are extremely strong. So, unfortunately for me, I won't be able to do this quest. But that's okay, because we're going to need quite a bit of time for us to just, you know, boost ourselves up a little bit. And, well... This is, I mean, 300 pirates. That is just incredible. That is just way too much. And there's also the Second Sons. Who are these guys? Ah, yes, I actually wanted to mention something. I picked up Thoros of Myr. Yes, Thoros of Myr. So now, this fellow is insane, by the way. I did encounter him very, very early on in our playthrough of A World of Ice and Fire. And I wanted to get him, obviously, because he was a companion. I wanted to get him, but he was 18,000 at the time. Now, I'm going to say something here. If you have enough money, let's just say that you're really good at, you know, completing tournaments or whatever, and you do an expert difficulty tournament very early on, let's say in the first, you know, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 days of your campaign, and you have 20,000 to spend, this guy, he costs 18,000 to join you. And let me show you his skills. His skills are bonkers good. Yeah, really, really bonkers good. Look at his Iron Flesh Power Strike, first of all. Then his Weapon Master, Athletics, Riding, all great, right? Then he has Pathfinding on top of that. Pathfinding, Spotting. But then he has Surgery, Wound Treatment, First Aid, even Persuasion and Leadership to a certain degree. This guy is probably the quintessential. This is literally the guy that you need to get early on if you want to have an absolutely amazing time. Because Surgery skill being at 8 at the very beginning, yeah, I mean, you cannot say no to that. You cannot say no to that. This guy is just so good. And I would highly recommend trying to find him, but obviously it is random, and there are so many towns. There are so many towns where he could be. So it is, of course, not very likely that that's going to happen, but yeah. Anyway, I am going to end the episode off here, and I'm just very thankful that we were able to take Qarthigar. I am going to be sticking around here for a huge amount of time, and by all means, let me know if you think we should convert to R'hllor, because I'm still in two minds about it, because if we do, it will enable me to recruit from the majority of places in and around Essos, which of course is potentially quite strong, but on the other hand, not sure if it's really going to make that much difference. That's the question, because otherwise I'm going to have to go back to Westeros every single time I want to recruit troops, which I think is probably going to result in much more wastage than we would like. Anyway, hopefully we'll be able to do the King's Landing quest in the next episode too. I'm very much looking forward to that. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.